Super 93.3 FM, Port Harcourt. Good morning. It's 7 minutes past 8 o'clock. Welcome. It's the Super Breakfast Show. My name is Obi Ivy, and it's good to be with you again. First review for the week, the very last week in the month of July, the 7th month. And so we have, I would say we are now well into the second half of the year 2022. Incredible how fast July has run, how fast the year is running. It's already the 25th day of the month, and it's incredible. We have just about 5 or 6 more days, and we'll be saying goodbye to July. But let's quickly look at the stories that have made headlines today, and stories trending, stories on the lips of Nigerians, both here and in the diaspora, and I dare say on the lips of people who are watching Nigeria. So you could call them those in and of the international community. So all the stories, all the headlines are on our social media page now. So go over to Facebook or Instagram at SuperFMPH and drop your comment this morning. So yes, let's look straight to the conversations on the lips, in beer parlors, in homes, offices around the country. Now, the first report here says 2023 elections in jeopardy over infighting at INEC. And there is tension. This particular story is carried in the Vanguard, and it says there's tension in the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, over the continued push by the APC leadership to ensure the participation of Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Godswill Akpabio in the 2023 senatorial elections of Yobe North Senatorial District and Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District, respectively. Now, contrary to what the leadership of INEC, had told Nigerians, and I'm quoting, reports from this very story. It says, contrary to what the leadership of INEC had told Nigerians, that the commission is legally bound to stand by the monitoring reports received from state offices, that is INEC state offices, reports. It says that, verified pieces of information available to Vanguard suggest that INEC may have ignored those reports in some states of the Federation, including Kano, Sokoto, Abia, Ogun, Oyo, and Akwa Ibom State. Now, this is a pretty long read, so just work with me here. Now, according to this report, it says that morale of INEC staff at some of the state offices has been dampened because some of the reports of the monitoring committees are either being tampered with or completely ignored. As a result of this, INEC has instigated and encouraged so many litigations in various federal high courts across the country. And as at the last count, the commission acknowledged that there are over 300 cases filed in court, that it is joined as a party. Now, the Election and Political Parties Monitoring, that is EPM, and Legal Department of the Commission, under the direction and control of INEC leadership, have become theaters of intrigues as politicians are preying on both departments to perfect their underhand ploys. As it is with APC, or as it is for APC, so it is for the People's Democratic Party. This is a pretty long one. Now, for instance, in Kano, where the REC professor Risikuwa Shehu Arabu addressed the press recently that the only governorship primary the state office monitored produced Muhammad Abacha, that is son of former president or head of state General Sani Abacha. This was changed by PDP leadership and INEC's EPM department for one ambassador, Sadiq Wali. In Yobe State, where Senate President Ahmed Lawan has tried unsuccessfully so far with APC leadership to intimidate Bashir Sharif Machina, the winner of the senatorial election, to step down, other forces have been mobilized with a view to getting the name of the Senate President on the ballot. And this was made Vanguard was made to understand that an attempt was made to persuade the immediate past REC in Yobe, Ahmed Makama, who had served as a special advisor to former President Olusegun Obasanjo, to endorse as received a letter dated June 7th, 2022, instead of its original, which had a date of 22nd June 2022. Now, when the letter allegedly got to the Yobe office of INEC from the leadership of the APC. Now, this happened before the REC handed over upon expiration of his tenure last month. Now, this REC, Makama, rebuffed all entries. Now, the letter would have suggested that the APC leadership had earlier given indication to INEC that a fresh senatorial primary was in the offing as early as June 7, 2022, wherein the Senate president may have participated in a primary monitored by INEC as stipulated by law. But the letter itself would have created an impossible scenario, as Senate President Lawan was contesting for presidential ticket at the primaries convention in Abuja at about that time, that is June 7th, 2022. Now, this is even the worst, according to this report. It says that Akwa Ibom State were out of 26 candidates that emerged from valid primary conducted and monitored by INEC state office. Only 2 names were taken from the report of the state office. No APC governorship candidate in line with the state office report. Instead, the APC leadership chose to pick just 2 names from the list of primaries monitored by INEC and uploaded to INEC 24 names of candidates not monitored by INEC. Curiously, INEC published names of candidates not monitored by its state office and published by the election management body remains puzzle. All right, I don't know what you make of the story, but let's move away from here. Let's just walk away from this one for a moment. Now, there's the report here that says delegates at APC presidential primaries now regretting their decisions. And this is coming from the immediate past Minister of Transportation and former governor of Rivers State and leader of the APC in Rivers State, Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi. This was this particular report is interesting because I was there at the time when comments published in this report were made. Now, the immediate past Minister of Transportation and a former presidential aspirant on the platform of the All Progressives has stated that some of the delegates who voted at the special convention of the APC were now regretting their decision. Amechi, who also, is a former governor, as I said, further pleaded with clerics to pray for the ordinary Nigerian to enable them elect a president that will solve the problems of the country. Now, he made this comment on Saturday during the 60th birthday celebration of Apostle Eugene Ogu, who is the General Overseer of the Abundant Life Evangel Mission. Now, former Governor Amechi said some of the voters at the convention took money and made their decisions, adding that they are now regretting that decision. And here are a few of the things he said, and I'll quote him. Those who voted at the APC primaries, who are they? They are ordinary Nigerians. The small money they got solved their problem, their immediate problem. But now they are saying they made a mistake. You are now hearing different things. If you are praying for us, pray for the leadership of the country, but also pray for ordinary Nigerians to be able to choose the right person to govern the country. And he went further to make a comment that's, sparked some kind of reactions. And he said, those bishops you saw at the unveiling of Shetima may not be bishops, but they are Christians. Pray for the ordinary Nigerian. And he went on to say, please vote for the APC. I'm not joking. May God make you vote for the right candidate that will change Nigeria. And he topped that all by saying, giving money is not the solution to Nigeria's problem. The solution to Nigeria's problem is that all of you must rise. Everybody must rise together as opposed to just giving money to individuals. And that's about it for them, All right, real quick, our next report here says oil block, Bayelsa Monarch accuses federal government of ignoring host communities. Yes, now the chairman of the Bayelsa State Council of Traditional Rulers and the Ibenanowe of Ekpetiama Kingdom, His Majesty King Bubaraye Dakolo Agada IV, has berated the federal government for giving out oil blocks in the Niger Delta without consulting with host communities. Now, King Dakolo, who described the action of the federal government as morally wrong, said it was sad that the people who suffer the adverse effects of oil exploration and exploitation and bear the brunt were never considered or consulted before oil blocks were allocated. And he said until host communities benefit and have a say in the management of oil and gas resources in their domain, the federal government will not sleep. Now, there have been very many reports carried in, different dailies about this issue of exploration and, how devastating, degradation, if you like, environmental degradation is left behind, trailing, these different explorations in the Niger Delta. In fact, there was a report, I think it was last week or so, that the Ogonis, I think it was carried as well in the Punch newspaper, that the Ogonis will resist any form of exploration in their domain, and it's all because of issues like this. If you've had the chance of visiting some of these locations where oil is being explored and exploited, you would see the level of devastation, and you would see the level of poverty that the people in these areas are dealing with every day. Their children have no schools, no potable water, and it's just sad. Their lands have been taken over, their streams, they cannot fish, they cannot plant. It is just quite disheartening, For those who've been there, the picture that plays in your mind, is one that is quite disturbing. All right, moving away from that right now, NLC meets ASU, others on solidarity rally. Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, will meet today with leaders of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and others to put finishing touches to the planned solidarity rally the Congress is organizing in support of the ongoing strike by the university lecturers. Don't forget, we brought that report last week, and there have been many headlines. In fact, this story is one that you would find in all the national newspapers, because this rally is set to take place tomorrow and the day after. That's Tuesday and Wednesday, 26th and 27th July 2022. And NLC is meeting with ASU and other bodies, other affiliate unions who have also indicated interest to join in this rally. And they're going to be meeting today to, talk about such things as, how it will pan, where's the beginning point, and where would they meet, where would the unions meet them, where's the kickoff and all that. All those sort of things are the things that will be discussed today. Now, an ASU branch chairman told Vanguard in confidence yesterday that the NLC will go ahead with the rally, adding that his union members would get the directive on what to do after the meeting. Now, don't forget also that last week in the news, there were headlines from the federal minister, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, saying that the proposed strike was illegal. Now, according to popular senior advocate of Nigeria and human rights activist Femi Falana, SAN, well, he's come out to say that strike is not illegal at all. And this was a bone of contention and a topic of conversation for most part of Thursday and Friday and a lot of people had their views to give. Now, don't forget, one of the things that NLC was being accused of is the fact that they are also part of the committee set up by the federal government and the ASU to help mediate, sort of like umpires of the meeting between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities. And for the NLC to choose now to side with ASU and to go and to declare a rally or a protest or strike or whatever in solidarity, the federal government, through its minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, had stated that it was illegal for NLC to do that, also owing to the fact that they do not have any known issue with the federal government. That is, NLC and the federal government have no issue whatsoever to even warrant such a position by the NLC. I'll give you the chance to react to the stories in due course. But in the meantime, don't forget to go over to our social media page, Super FM PH. Leave a comment and let's know what you think about the stories and all the headlines that you would find on the page. All right. But if you've just joined, it's the review. It's Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. It's 23 minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's keep the conversation going. All right, let's bring the conversation home right now. Governor Wike says he is impacted on Kalabari than other governors. Now, well, this is a comment made by a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party in Degema local government area, Honorable Michael Ekine. And he has said that the administration of the current Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, has impacted on Kalabari land than other governors in recent times. Now, he spoke in a radio interview, and he said, you know, that he just said that the Kalabari has benefited both in political positions and development infrastructure. Now, he said that the recent appointment of Dr. Dax Alabo Judge Kelly as Commissioner for Works in the state has added to the sensitive positions manned by Kalabari people in the Wike administration. They're also talking about some other infrastructure projects cited in Kalabari, including the rehabilitation of the Nyemoni Grammar School at Abonima, the Tombia Community Secondary School at Tombia, the reclamation and sand filling at Obonoma, Bakana, and Buguma. And he stressed that the ongoing Trans-Kalabari Road project shows the interest and respect that the Governor Nyesom Wike, has for the people. And he went on to say it was unsavory and condemnable for anyone to say that Governor Wike has not done anything for Kalabari people, considering what was on ground. There are still some reports still speaking about the governor of Rivers State from last week, I think it was on Friday or so, saying that very soon he will speak on issues that transpired in the PDP, especially from the period before the primaries onto the primaries, and then before the appointment of Governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, as the vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party instead of himself, as recommended by the panel. And then over the weekend as well, the PDP presidential candidate, Abubakar Atiku, also, denied claims that there was a panel that was set up that included some governors and some chieftains and stakeholders of the party who had recommended in a landslide manner the governor of Rivers State to be the vice presidential candidate of the PDP and, of course, his running mates. And he said that no such thing happened, that there was no panel that voted in such a manner, that the panel only recommended 3 names with no one as the front runner, so to speak, but that it was his prerogative to pick the person who was going to be his running mate, and he chose based on strategy, based on the fact that Ifeanyi Okowa is an Igbo man, so he also wanted to be able to capture a candidate from the East and all of that, and he says it was purely strategy as opposed to any other sentiments. Now, speaking of strategy as well, there are also reports, and this is coming from the governor of Ekiti State, Fayemi Kayode Johnson, saying that the Muslim ticket was purely based on political strategy and not not in a way to undermine Christians in the north or in the south or just Christians in general in the country. Now, I bet a lot of you are, waiting for me to have this conversation or talk about the reports of the video from the terrorists. This video trended and is still trending and evoking, all kinds of emotions on social media and in the media space in general. Now, this is the video that was released by the terrorists, those who abducted the passengers in the Abuja-Kaduna train, and they've been in custody. They've been held for going on 100 days now, if not more. And in the video, they were seen, being brutalized and flogged mercilessly by the terrorists, who were also bragging and saying that they were going to sell some of them into slavery, that they were going to kill some of them. And, most prominent in all of that is the fact that they threatened that they were going to kidnap the president of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, and that they were as well going to kidnap the governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai. And the presidency has come up to say, well, they're all on red alert with these recent reports. And the president has gone on as well to say that they're going to deal decisively. And that he has ordered the decisive dealing of these terrorists. Now, this is quite interesting. Remember that 2 weeks ago and last week also, we spoke about the fact that a known bandit leader was honored with a chieftaincy in Zamfara State. Now, Ado Alero, a suspected bandit recently turbaned as Sarkin Fulani in Zamfara, said he did not ask for the title. He said this in an interview that was published by DW House on Sunday. That was yesterday. And he said on July 16th, Alero was turbaned by the Sarkin, as the Sarkin Fulani by Aliyu Marafa, Emir of Yandoto in Safi local government area of the state. Now, the police had, however, said that the suspect was on its wanted list over his alleged involvement in banditry. The chieftaincy title had sparked sharp criticisms, as you realize. But speaking on the reaction to his receiving the title, Alero said it was the emirates that came to him. They were the ones that came, and I quote, "This title, let me tell you the truth, I didn't ask for it. They reached out to me regarding it. They called and informed me of what they want to give me. Then I said, no, this shouldn't happen. But since I have parents, later we sat down and discussed about it. And since the new king had said that he wants to do it in his kingdom, I accepted the title." He also denied taking part in an attack linked to him, which occurred on Kadisau village in Faskari local government area of Katsina in June, and over 30 people were killed in that particular attack. It's quite funny. But anyways, let me just quickly give you a rundown of all the stories so that you can react if you choose to. Very soon I'll open the phone lines, but keep your messages coming via SMS, yes, or WhatsApp. 09059481021. That is the text line. Please do not call this number. Only send an SMS or a WhatsApp message to the number. You can save that number, Super FMPH. Okay, 0905-9481-021. Don't call it, just send a text to it. Okay, but the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube as well. You can watch this show live at Super FMPH. Okay? And many thanks again to the people who are watching on Facebook. Peter Deswa, thank you extremely much. All right, but here are all the stories that you will find on our page today. Fashola says, right-thinking Nigerians will vote for APC in 2023. He says, we have served efficiently. Armed men invade Taraba communities. Women, children missing. Ogun declares Tuesday work-free for PVC registration. Don't forget that by Sunday, continuous voter registration would come to an end, and that will be it. So do well to go get your PVCs. Go and register. And if you have not collected, please go and collect. If you want to redirect or reassign your collection point or your polling unit, or you want to change wards, please go ahead and do that. Lassa fever, cholera killed 240. Experts express worry, and it's something to be worried about. Atiku says Tinubu has memory loss and cites moments he forgot party name. Now, both candidates of the APC and PDP have been in a war of words, and they've been, clapping back at each other left, right, and center. Atiku says Tinubu should subject himself to 1 hour of interview or banter, and let's ascertain his state of mind and state of health. And APC, the APC side has said, well, Atiku will be flawed by Tinubu come 2023. And both people have just been exchanging words in a way that it's quite similar to Donald Trump's attitude in the United States, you know? Okay, let's move away from that one right now. Bayelsa local government bosses, councillors to get severance pay. Interesting. And Uzodinma says we will stop at nothing to restore peace in Southeast before 2023 polls. Shatima will not disappoint Nigerians, says Buhari. Fayemi says Muslim ticket based on political strategy and not to undermine Christians. Education, UNICEF spends $109 million on girl education in northern Nigeria. And it says, I'll expose what happened in PDP soon. And this is coming from Governor Wike. Ekiti election, Serap sues INEC over vote buying because INEC has not been able to prosecute those who were accused of vote buying, even as we saw videos trending that entire week after the elections in Ekiti State. All right, moving on now. I didn't ask for title. Suspect says suspected bandit honored with chieftaincy in Zamfara. Terrorists flock kidnap train victims in fresh video. Threats to kidnap Buhari, military battle ready to deal with terrorists. And this is coming from the presidency. Delegates at APC presidential primary now regretting their decisions. Amechi. Oil block Bayelsa Monarch accuses federal government of ignoring host communities. NLC meets ASU, others on solidarity rally. Transport bill fails again as Buhari declines assent. And Nimet predicts 3-day cloudy weather conditions from today, Monday. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, second Niger Bridge will be ready for Christmas. And this is coming from the Minister of Works, and that's Fashola, former governor of Lagos State. Varsity Union strike, make result of integrity test on UTAS, U3PS, EP's public, Sanu Nasu tell federal government. Buhari reiterates federal government's commitment to end strikes by ASU and others. And finally, Nigeria envoys 6 partnership with China on film production and capacity building. And these are the stories I am willing to take your comments on. 0705079121 and 0811743101. Go on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Leave your comment at Super FMPH. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning, the very distinguished Obiaiden this morning.
Very well. Mr. Temple, welcome, sir.
Yes, wishing you a fantastic new week.
Thank you. I wish you the same, sir.
Yes, welcome you to immediate alacrity.
Go ahead.
This morning, I quickly want to comment. Some of them are telling me that we will stop at nothing to restore peace in Southeast before 2023 poll. I think for me, it's a welcome development. But it's very unfortunate that this is taught, or this is a statement. It does not hold water, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. You cannot have a governor, since he came on board, his state has never known peace. You talk of Monday, you talk of Tuesday. Students, workers don't go to work. Students don't go to school. Last Friday, they were all at home. Both the students, both the workers. Everybody was under lock and key right inside his own house. It's very much unfortunate now. What is he doing? Is he going to wait until 2023 before he will restore the peace? What is he doing now to restore the peace now? As the chief logistic officer of the state, sometimes I doubt if they are the chief security officer. And I want to appeal. This is a passionate appeal. Please, my sister, help me to urge Mr. President and the presidency that not a matter of telling me that they are going to do decisively until the president is being kidnapped. Let me tell you, they will never sit up.
All right, sir.
They will take it as a metric.
Thank you.
Until that act is being carried out, they will never learn their lesson.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, we have this coming from Victor Peba. Says, I think it's the right of NLC to embark on solidarity strike. Thank you very much. And greetings to everybody again who is watching on social media. Back to the comments, and there are quite a number of them, so I have to give precedence. I have to give preference to our comments on social media. So I would advise that you go over there and leave your comments speedily. Okay, we've got this message now from Vincent Posi. He says, there is no delegate from Rivers State that participated in the APC Super Convention that is regretting anything. Former Governor Chibuike Amaechi is only saying what he is quoted to have said to console himself. All right, thank you very much. Barinella says, delegates of APC presidential primary is now regretting their decision. Amaechi is yet to recover from the pains and defeat by Tinubu at the APC primary, as members of Rivers APC are not happy with him with the imposition of coal on majority of party members in Rivers State. Politics is not a do-or-die affair, as his dollars was not enough for the delegates to sell their votes. All right, these are allegations. Let's move on, move away from that one. Good morning, Obi. Dear Obi, Kwate, thank you very much. Rotimi Amaechi, the former Minister of Transportation, should please try and move on from this matter. If APC delegates wanted him, they would have voted for him. He was the one who paid so much money, yet still saying this kind of thing. At this point, I think it's more honorable for him to move on. After all, if he didn't dare, he didn't dare. All right, thank you very much. Lambert Weezy says, Amaechi delegates who sold votes at APC presidential primary, they know what Amaechi is not. They know that Amaechi is not the right candidate for the party. That is why they sold it to Tinubu. All right. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Hello, good morning, dear presenter.
Good morning, sir. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Chinedu, calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, Chinedu, please speak up. I'm struggling to hear you.
Okay, I said my name is Chinedu, calling from Port Harcourt.
Yes, please. Go ahead. You have less than a minute.
Yeah, in the area I want to, my take is that of the bandit kingpin. They gave one of their highest chieftaincy titles. Did you know that chieftaincy title they gave to that kingpin was it's a spiritual, Fulani spiritual leader.
Really?
And now, yes, that is what it means. That's Sariki Fulani.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It's their spiritual leader, head, when it comes to Fulani tribe or something.
Yes.
So what am I trying to say? For him now to say that he did not ask for it.
That they called him and gave it to him.
That they called him and gave it to him. Well, that is not what it's supposed to be. Because that state, which is Zamfara State, has been a state that has been on attack, steady attack. Mm-hmm. Even though they want to do such a thing, it is not for you to call a bandit. And this, not mind you, this person is in the watch list.
Yes.
I tell him, like in the police watch list, yet you as a king or emir, you know that this man has killed so many souls. Yet you call them. I will say that I don't know what to do, but what I'm going to say that king or the emirate should be dethroned and be prosecuted.
All right, sir.
That's my take on it. God bless you.
God bless you. Super FM Port Harcourt, good morning. All right, I lost that one. Call back if you like to. Now, good morning, Obi Edidiong Idem, writing from Aleto. Eleme bandits threatened to kidnap Mr. President and Governor of Kaduna. Well, it is not a new story. All right, thank you. Danny Chuks Aloze says, Obi, I gallantly write from D-Line. Amaechi has been yahooed. If not for Peter Obi, you see this 2023 election, I would have been left with the option of voting for Otapiapia and Sniper. Tell Amaechi say na early morning be this. They never start to regret. All right, thank you very much for that one. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Big James Udung, consumer rights activist in Ukeka.
Very good to hear from you, sir. Go ahead.
I want to quickly react on the kidnappers that are taking our country to standstill. It's quite unfortunate that, as I have always said, I'm very, very sorry that I'm a member of APC and such things happening in our government. I wonder what the federal government of Nigeria not to use technology to find a means in pushing this insecurity that is happening in our country. If you can use tools, you can even go to look for allies across Europe and beg them, please, come and support us in this security matter, because the life of Nigerians are greater than our personal pride and our government pride. We should swallow pride. Look at people are dying, people are being tortured, even threatening the president of Nigeria. We are not doing something to navigate such ideology of the mistrust.
All right,
government should do what it says. Go and look for foreign missionaries, and whatever it costs us to bring these people on board, we should do that and make Nigeria to safe again.
All right.
Thank you and God bless
God bless you. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning, my lady.
Welcome, Chief Comrade Iron Braids.
Yes, thank you very much. Let me speak on the terrorist threatening a great nation.
Very quickly, sir.
And also flogging the people that has been kidnapped by them. And
yes,
also plan to kidnap Mr. President. Well, I think this is our morning. If the country's security apparatus will not rise up to fight this insecurity and leaving it to escalate like this, tomorrow it will fire on them. And also, Governor Wiki, somebody who is from Degema local government, said he has done so much for the Calabaris. Well, and also say that
than other governors,
and other governors,
yes,
that he has also made a land reclamation for Buguma. I want to stand to tell that man, let him come to Buguma and show us where that land reclamation were done, whether it were done in camera or in paper. We want to see it, because they shouldn't come out to the public domain and say what does not happen.
All right.
So they should be able to urge the governor of Rivers State to come and open the Buguma General Hospital, that he has called this renovation and close it down.
Okay.
That our people are dying every day, rushing people to UPTH, and the people will give up, and somebody will come out to tell a blanket lie. There is no anything that's land reclamation in Buguma by Governor Wiki. Thank you and God bless you.
God bless you too, sir. All right, Bros Ingi Dennis Kiedom says, delegates of APC presidential primaries now regretting their decision. The statement from Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi is laughable to hear. My dear Obi, believe me, no delegate is regretting anything. Amaechi should relax and move on. He should embrace the reality before him and stop spreading fake news. We are all happy with Tinubu and Shettima candidature. All right, thank you very much for that one. Comrade Clinton Erekiere says, Amaechi delegates who saw their votes at APC primaries now regretting. I thought Amaechi was a politician. Why is this man yet to move on and accept that he was no match for Tinubu? What I keep reading on different media platforms is the man blaming delegates for his woes. Let him concentrate on the party he depleted in the state and think of ways he can convince his supporters to stay with him, because he's gradually seeing his retirement. He wanted to retire Magnus Abbey, but he ended up retiring himself. Indeed, time obscures all things. Wow, quite a number of messages to be taken. Oh my goodness. Sam Ekere, Fashola says that they have served efficiently. Please tell him that APC efficiency has made life unbearable for Nigerians. We have not forgotten the exchange rates today, petroleum price hike, high cost of living, insecurity at its peak, etc. We can't continue with them again. Konebari Akpopie says, delegates at APC regretting. Okay, so I think this is the one that a lot of people... That's laughable from from a man who boasted in himself and failed to consult delegates to vote for him. He only talked to 316 delegates that voted for him, and today he's lamenting uncontrollably. I hope his lamentation is not ironical to the 19 trusted elders. Wow, that is quite a lot to take. Precious Winedam says, good morning, presenter. I'm a right-thinking Nigerian and I will not vote APC. Fashola should know that. Chinwe Wanko says, Amaechi, move on. Stop complaining. You know win. We are very happy with Jagaban. All right, Makachika Dikenuba says, threat to Buhari. Terrorists should allow Buhari to continue to destroy Nigeria. Let them not kidnap him. Wow. All right, okay. Dominion says federal government should dialogue with ASU and come to a concrete agreement. All right, one more call and that'll be it. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning to you, my lady.
The Real Gift, welcome.
Thank you.
Please go ahead.
Talking about this issue of flogging, the terrorists flogging Nigerians, it's unfortunate anyway, and I hope the president sees it. Maybe not the one in see. I don't know whether in see him because Mr. Garuba Shehu telling me what he told me that the president had done beyond expectation when it comes to insecurity. He watched the video, or that video no follow for insecurity. I know in my community that the fly will always defend somebody with soap on his body, and I think that's exactly what is happening. Because for me, this point in time, ordinarily, this government has failed woefully when it comes to the issue of security, alas, insecurity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, The Real Gift. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I honestly, I must appreciate every single one of you for always listening and contributing to the online community as well. Thank you very much for all your comments. Keep them coming. I appreciate you. I do not take this lightly at all, that you would even spare the time, bother to tune in and join the conversation. You make the job worth it. So thank you. Let's do this again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. But I do have guests that I would like to take in the studio right about now. Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Now, did you know that there is an alternative dispute resolution or alternative conflict resolution mechanism out there instead of going to courts between, couples, between family members, business associates, and the likes? River State has the multi-door courthouse that gives you the chance to settle disputes privately without ruining an existing relationship, without so many things. And it's much more cost effective. It is a lot less messy. It's not so messy as you would find in courts, and it's quite privately done. So if you don't want witnesses, if you don't want people in the court as observers, you can have that. It's the multi-door courthouse of the State High Court. Don't change the dial, because we're going to be talking about that, and we have a lawyer who will be joining us to explain the benefits of this alternative dispute resolution. That is the ADR mechanism set up by the River State Judiciary. My name is Obi Ivy. This is Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. It is the Super Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere.
When other stations show up, we simply square up and leave.
Okay, I'm in.
Super FM Port Harcourt, promoting positive family values.